What's happening? Alright, so basically this is just my first recording on this camera for 2018. Yeah, so Happy New Year. Welcome back to the channel. I have a lot of things in store this year, some of which I don't even know, but I know a lot is coming. I've been busy getting my life together, and well, there are lots of things happening, you know, and I don't want to talk too soon. But yeah, I don't want to talk too soon. It's just that you know, I'm speaking in parables right now because a lot of things are gonna happen. But let's talk about what's been happening in the world thus far. Today we're gonna talk about everything that we see happening in the United States, you know, and the economy and everything like that. We have Mr. Donald J. Trump, I don't know if I got the J correct, saying a whole bunch of things that he shouldn't be saying as usual, but
harsh words for Haiti and African nations from Donald Trump, calling some of them, quote, shithole countries. The comments were made in the White House Thursday during talks over a new bipartisan immigration deal to protect so-called dreamer immigrants from deportation. Senators Dick Durbin and Lindsey Graham briefed Trump on the draft in front of other officials. The lawmakers were apparently describing how certain programs operate, including one to give safe haven to people from countries hit by natural disasters or civil conflict.
But I mean, we've gotten accustomed to that right now, right? The thing is, who would have ever thought that this man would have said something that is seemingly kind of true?
One of the sources say that Trump then said, quote, "Why do we want all these people from Africa here? They're whole countries. We should have more people from Norway." A second source says he then went on to question the need for Haitians in the U.S.
Because, let's face it, any country where you can't get a job after graduating with a degree in whatever field you've graduated with after going to school for 4 years is a shithole country. Any country that has 33 murders in 15 days, in the first 15 days of the year, that is a shithole country. And it's just sad to know that a racist bigot like Mr. Trump could make a statement that is seemingly true to some extent. It's unfortunate, but that's the reality of the situation. Next up, we have Tesla. Tesla, if you did not know, if you've been living on a rock for the last 11 years, has been dishing out electric cars on everybody, and they hadn't been delivering on all their promises where time was concerned. And they're still in that dilemma right now. But the thing is, they have started, you know, distributing the mass market car, not the $35,000 one, but one that's within the range of $49,000 to $55,000, and people are really sucking it up. They've been pretty much since the end of December 2017 have been producing between 700 and 1,000 cars every week, and it hopes to get better from there on out. There's an anticipation of the Model Y, right, which is the SUV version of the Model 3, because it's supposed to be built on the same platform. So all of these are things that people were looking forward to, and Tesla is slowly but surely delivering on their promises, while other car companies are really trying to catch up. Ferrari has been bad talking them, saying that they won't make it, and you know, a lot of things have been going on since. We have Ansari Aziz and his situation with regards to his career being jeopardized by this female counterpart who he had a sexual encounter with. That's very unfortunate, because from what she said, she wasn't raped, yet she still chose to destroy his career based on her experience and kept herself anonymous.
What you have done, in my opinion, is appalling.
HLN's Ashley Banfield fires back at a woman who is accusing Golden Globes winner Aziz Ansari of sexual misconduct.
You went to the press with the story of a bad date, and you have potentially destroyed this man's career over it.
The woman says she met Ansari at an Emmys party last September after the comedian won an award for outstanding writing. They exchanged phone numbers, and it was here in the exclusive Tribeca neighborhood in Lower Manhattan where the woman says they ended up in Ansari's apartment. She claims Ansari began kissing her, undressing her, and pressuring her for sex. She says she told him she wasn't comfortable and Ansari backed off. But then she says he tried again, so she left in tears. Her story was published on the feminist website Babe with the headline, "I went on a date with Aziz Ansari. It turned into the worst night of my life." The accuser, who only goes by the name Grace, is a 23-year-old photographer. She says she decided to speak out after seeing Ansari win a Golden Globe for Best Actor in his Netflix series Master of None, while wearing a Time's Up pin in support of the anti-sexual harassment movement. Now there's backlash over her claims. The New York Times has this headline, "Aziz Ansari is guilty of not being a mind reader." Actress Kristen Bell posted a pro-Ansari article by The Atlantic which calls Grace's story revenge porn. Ansari issued this statement, "We ended up engaging in sexual activity, which by all indications was completely consensual. The next day, I got a text from her saying that although it may have seemed okay, she felt uncomfortable. I was surprised and concerned. I took her words to heart and responded privately."
You had an unpleasant date and you did not leave. That is on you.
That was foul. We have Simone Biles coming out and stating that her doctor, I forgot his name, also sexually abused her. And I don't know if it's the same doctor who had already gotten 60 years in jail, is now looking at a life sentence because he was sentenced to 60 years of jail for child pornography, but separate from that, he interfered with these young women and now he's facing life in prison.
Former USA Gymnastics doctor Larry Nasser has been sentenced to 60 years in prison for child pornography charges. The 54-year-old used his former position as the USA Gymnastics and Michigan State Gymnastics team doctor to sexually abuse young women for decades. He received the maximum sentence for child pornography charges, having pleaded guilty to those charges in July. Judge Janet T. Neff said of Nasser, quote, "He should never have access to children again." More than 140 women have filed lawsuits against Nasser for sexual assault, and in recent months, Olympic gold medalists Ali Raceman, Michaela Maroney, and Gabby Douglas have all said Nasser abused them. Several of the victims wrote statements which were read at the trial, including Maroney. Maroney's letter saying, quote, "Larry Nasser deserves to spend the rest of his life in prison."
That is just unfortunate and sad. Men have really, the men in America have really done it to themselves over the years, and what is done in secret has come out to light, unfortunately, but that is the truth of it.
This latest flood of allegations started in October with this man.
I gotta get help, guys. You know what? We all make mistakes.
Movie mogul Harvey Weinstein was exposed as an alleged serial predator of young actresses who wanted to work for his movie company.
My heart was racing and I was very scared.
In the end, more than 80 women would accuse Weinstein. By going public, other women were emboldened to tell their stories. Suddenly, other high-profile men began to fall in what would be known as the Weinstein Effect.
This has pushed it into the forefront.
From Hollywood to the media, to comedy, celebrity chefs, music, and even politics. U.S. Senator Al Franken was accused of groping a radio news anchor while she slept and of forcibly kissing her while they were on a USO tour.
He just mashed his lips against my face, and he stuck his tongue in my mouth so fast.
It was the first of several complaints.
I will be resigning as a member of the United States Senate.
U.S. Representative John Conyers, the longest-serving member in Congress, also stepped down after allegations from former female staffers.
I am retiring today.
In another case, at least 9 women accused Roy Moore, Alabama's Republican senatorial candidate, of sexual misconduct, many when they were teenagers.
I was terrified. I thought that he was going to rape me.
These allegations are completely false. They're malicious. Donald Trump, who was elected U.S. president despite multiple accusations of sexual misconduct, supported Moore.
We don't need a liberal person in there, a Democrat.
Moore lost the election, and for the first time in nearly 30 years, Alabama elected a Democratic senator. In just the past 3 months, more than 60 men have resigned, been fired, or suspended because of sexual harassment allegations.
So, those are some of the issues. Oh, today is Betty White's birthday. In case you don't know who Betty White is one of the Golden Girls. If you don't know that sitcom, it's a sitcom between the late 80s, early 90s. And Betty White is still going strong at 96 years old, and today's her birthday.
We couldn't pass a horse without Charlie saying, "Can I show you something in an Oxford?" And then he'd laugh, and I'd laugh. Sometimes even the horse would laugh. I mean, I was the one who thought up big squeaky toys for cows. By the time I got to high school, the kids had made up this really mean nickname for me just because I had hairy legs.
What'd they call you?
Rose with the hairy legs.
You could call me Enrique.
No, I don't think I can. Maybe I better talk to Nurse Defarge. I think I could handle it with a little more tact.
Ah, good morning, ladies.
Not for you, nursey, nurse. Someone was actually able to deceive me once.
Do tell, Rose.
St. Olaf's most famous OBMAG.
What's that?
Obstetrician magician. The amazing Shapiro. He delivered Bridget. But it was so confusing. It's a girl. Now it's a dove. Now it's a glass of milk. I don't know how he got her in that deck of cards. But there she was, right after the King of Hearts. Is this your baby?
Happy birthday, Betty White. Yeah, so I look forward to speaking with you guys in another video and many other videos. Look out for my first edit of the year, which is a dance video for the Extreme Dance Academy kids, the Bungee Gallon song. That was fun. So until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.